Energy drinks versus coffee. I feel like this is an age-old debate, right? This is something that we had to settle right now. I'm settling this in this video. So if you are on the fence or if you're on one side, I'm about to convince you on what the right side is. Energy drinks versus coffee. I am an enjoyer of both. So I feel like I'm definitely a qualified enough individual to speak on such a topic. So that's what I'm about to do. All right, so first, let's weigh out to the pros and cons of both of them. Let's start off with energy drinks. Huge boost of caffeine. You get 200 to 300 milligrams of caffeine in each energy drink. Some even more, which is insane. I'm not drinking more than 300 milligrams in an energy drink. If you're drinking 400 milligrams in one energy drink, your heart is gonna explode and splatter onto the ground. It's just that simple. Now, energy drinks provide a quick boost. I feel like you feel the caffeine a lot quicker with energy drinks. When you drink an energy drink, you feel it, right? But I feel like that also comes with a con right away. I feel like then the crash with an energy drink is a lot harder because you get that quick boost of caffeine, that huge boost, 300 milligrams. That's a lot of caffeine. You get that boost so fast, right? And then you're gonna crash even faster, right? So energy drinks, they provide enough caffeine. They provide a lot of caffeine. If that's what you want, if you want that quick caffeine right then and there, you got a test you need to study for, and you just need an hour of energy to put in the work and study for the test. Pop open that Alani, that Celsius, whatever you drink, and lock in. Now, another con of energy drinks. I feel like when I drink energy drinks, I feel it more in my chest and heart more than I do when I drink coffee. I definitely feel that more because I feel like my heart starts beating faster. Maybe because it's more caffeine. I think it's probably more caffeine in energy drinks than it is coffee. And there's probably different types of caffeine because there are different types of caffeines which y'all don't know. You gotta lock in. Y'all gotta do the research. That's why I'm a qualified individual. You should be taking notes. Please do what you gotta do. All right. So my heart, I feel it more in my heart when I drink energy drink, right? Because you can't drink energy. If you drink energy drink too fast, too, you definitely are gonna feel it in your chest area. Your heart's gonna start beating fast. It's not a pleasant feeling. Some y'all might be immune to that by now because some y'all be drinking 3 energy drinks a day. I know people that do that. It's a little insane to me. That's a little insane. But another pro of energy drinks, there's a lot of different flavors. All right, let me show y'all a flavor that I got right here. This is the Alani lime slush flavor, right? There's so many different flavors of energy drinks. So if you got a taste for something, but you also want some energy, it's probably an energy drink that got that flavor. So you can lock in and get that, right? So I feel like that's most of the pros and cons. Energy drinks are it's aesthetic. We got the colors. A lot of the colors are pretty to look at, especially with Alani. They always got the colors, right? So those are the pros and cons of energy drinks. So if that put that to the side, now we're gonna move on to coffee. I feel like coffee definitely has its pros and cons as well, right? Pros of coffee. I feel like the energy you get from a coffee is a bit more long standing, right? You drink the coffee, you don't feel it right away. It hits you gradually, I feel like. It doesn't hit you like a boom, like a pop. It hits you gradually, which I feel like is very good for a long day. When you're drinking something for energy for a longer day, you drink some coffee, you feel more energized for a longer period of time, which is what you need. It's exactly what you need when for a school day, right? A con of coffee, right? When you drink coffee, it's gonna mess up your breath because coffee is strong. It's very strong, so it's gonna get on your breath. You're gonna have to brush your teeth right after. Do put some gum in your mouth, or since you can't brush your teeth, floss. You're gonna have to do all that, right? Because it's gonna leave something on your breath, and you don't want to be smelling like coffee coming out your mouth when you're talking to people. Don't. That's not a pleasant smell coming from somebody's mouth. Coffee is a pleasant smell as just coffee itself, but when it's coming emitting from somebody's mouth tube, no, I don't want to smell that, bro, and nobody else does either. So lock in, and if you're drinking coffee, make sure you got an on-the-go toothbrush, some gum, mints, or something to keep your breath fresh, because it's gonna get on your breath. Another pro of coffee, I feel like coffee is just like it's definitely like student college work aesthetic, bro. If you walk around carrying coffee, I look you think you're on business them if you're carrying coffee, which is that is simple that you need to have, right? If you want to look important, carry around some coffee with you like this, right? Carry around some coffee with you, with your backpack on. I'm gonna think you're about to go do something important. It's just what it is. The look of coffee is different from the look of somebody holding an energy drink. I'm gonna think they're either a gym rat or they're just a college student or something like that, or a student in general, right? But if you are holding some coffee, you look official. Look like you're doing something important, which is a great look. It's the aesthetic of it, right? Another pro of coffee, I feel like you don't feel it as much on your heart unless you're gulping down a gallon of coffee. Which, if you're doing that, buddy, you might want to seek help immediately. But coffee, you don't feel it just like that in your heart. When energy drink, I feel like you feel it more right there, like I said, right? But with coffee, like I said, it's a gradual energy increase. At least to me, this is my personal experience. If you feel the exact opposite, then hey, I didn't ask. All right. Anyways, with coffee, you're not gonna feel like your heart's gonna explode unless you drink 50, 100 billion cups, right? And that's just it. I feel like those are the pros and cons of coffee versus energy drinks. Let me tell you what I prefer. After all that yapping, let me tell you what I prefer. I'm gonna give the edge to coffee. I'm gonna give the slight edge to coffee. It's not by much, but I must say I prefer coffee a little bit more. And that's just what I prefer. Because I feel like coffee, like I said, it provides the look, it tastes good when you do it right, and it gives you the gradual energy. Energy drinks are good too if that's all you got. Both are viable options, but I'm gonna go with coffee. Let me know what y'all would choose in the comments. And that's my rant for today. I was low-key just yapping, but that's what we doing here. Smiley out, bruh.